There we go. Today's going to be an interesting show. We have Dr. Lisa Schulz in the house, and we have 2 more volunteers that are open to learn the root cause of their illness. And I don't know when we're going to, let's see. Brian, how much time do we have? Let's see, 15 seconds. I always know how to do this. Okay, so both ladies are muted. And what about your cats? Are they muted?
It's debatable.
Who do we have today?
Oh, Loretta Lynn is on duty.
Loretta Lynn?
Yes, you have to.
The Lily and
You have to use
McDermott
the
show.
hyphenated.
Okay, so today we have Dr. Lisa Schulz. So fasten your seatbelts. We're going to learn and grow together. It's time to dance, Lisa. Was that the Thriller?
If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be. I'll be right here.
I've been so distracted. I need to get this going.
Need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here waiting for you.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lily and McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful best day ever. And for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott radio show, just know that you're in for a treat. This is something different. This is 2 women willing to take responsibility and learn about the root cause of their disease. And so I want you to know that if you've stumbled upon this show, listen up, because it is no accident, because it is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening friend, will feel empowered to live the life of your dreams and embrace a new truth. Maybe you should embrace the new truth before you embrace the life of your dream. I don't know. Whatever works for you. And that's what this show is about, is to learn what is best for you, how you learn and grow the best way you can so that you can live that quality of life that you long for. Now, today, I have a question for you. Do you know where Dr. Oz, or where Dr. Richard Horowitz, who's a regular on the Lillian McDermott radio show, go to when they need someone to help them with their patients? When Dr. Oz or Dr. Richard Horowitz don't know what else to do with their patients, guess who they call? Dr. Lisa Schulz. Dr. Lisa Schulz is a brilliant individual, and she will help you with her powerful gift that she has. Not only did she complete her PhD and MD at the same time, she can tell you the root cause of your dys-ease by knowing just your name and your age, and eventually what area of concern you have in your body. Well, today she is back. Fasten your seatbelt, because we have 2 volunteers, Lupe and Veronica, and they're going to be discovering how to get better through learning the root cause of their illness. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Dr. Lisa Schulz is here to do just that. Welcome back, Dr. Lisa, to the Lillian McDermott radio show.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing great. Now, today I am looking forward to hearing what we're going to discover with both Lupe and Veronica. So share a little bit about your background, Dr. Lisa, and let us know how what we're going to experience today.
Well, I do something that many people do that they don't realize, that our bodies tell us every day when something in our life is out of balance. So when you're on your way to work, you may get that sick feeling in your stomach. Ooh, I think I'm running low on money in my account, or is there a problem with my partner, my husband or wife? You may get that sick feeling in your stomach. Your stomach might be giving you that gut feeling that you need to look into that. And if you drive to work every day and you ignore that gut feeling, your biology will ramp it up, and your cortisol and your immune system will ramp it up. And next thing you know, you have gastritis, so your body has to let you know with a hammer through the stomach that you really need to attend to those problems. So I let people know, by knowing only someone's name and age, I have an ability, clairvoyance, that I can tell you. But other people have clairsentience. They can tell it by their body. Or like last night, I kept waking up with a dream about a friend every 5 minutes. So you may have a dream about a loved one with concern. So we're all wired with some type of intuition that gives us a warning that we need to change something in our life.
So when you say that our bodies are constantly talking to us, our intuition is constantly talking to us, why is it that we ignore that intuition?
Well, who wants to think about stuff we don't want to think about? I'd rather have gone back to sleep. It was that I kept waking up. It would involve me having to call my friend, who I haven't seen in years, and figure out a way of asking her how she is without scaring her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, I would have to face my fears about my partner or my finances, something that I don't want to think about. So it's just easier just to turn the radio louder, think about more fun things, and ignore it. But then that sound, that feeling is going to get louder and louder, and then your body's going to have to tell you. And then you're going to go to your doctor. Your doctor's going to tell you, are you under stress? Which is just this global thing like, what are we having for food tonight? What are we having for dinner tonight? Food. It doesn't tell you anything. What kind of stress? Well, it's the finances, it's the partner. That's what your intuition tells you. It tells you specifically what's in your life is out of balance. And when you attend to that, that illness that has a genetic susceptibility or diet can get better.
Wonderful. Oh, and we are going to have fun with Lupe when we return, because she wants to know the root cause of her illness worldwide. When we return worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com, we'll be right here waiting for you. Dr. Mona Lisa, I would also, because we have so little time with Lupe, perhaps maybe you can talk right now about cell memory. Or you can blow your nose, whichever one.
I'm going to talk with Lupe while we start. Can't do that.
No, we can't do Lupe now. But I was saying, can you share with our viewers, because we're still recording on YouTube or wherever
we're still recording. People are listening.
Yes.
They actually saw me blow my nose.
They did, but you know what? You are so cool about that, because I'm sure you're good.
Right, so that's great, lovely. If I start painting my nails, they'll see that too. Yeah, very lovely. So,
cell memory.
If we have a loss growing up, if somebody leaves us, a family member especially early in our life, that actually is recorded in our white cells. That was a study done by Leonard Leshen in the 50s. This doesn't have to be done by a scanning electron microscope with millions of dollars. He noted that. And if we have a loss in a family, our health doesn't.
Hold on a second, Brian. Can you please shut down the volume of the commercials, please? Okay, we'll get that. Hold on. Above the because how much time do we have left, Brian? 30 seconds. Okay. Well, maybe we could talk about cell memory the next break.
When you have intuition, how do you know the voice is in this world or is it in your head? Because they compete. That's the commercial.
It is true. Life is a commercial, isn't it?
A proverbial bang is not a bird at the window or in my head.
I used to wake up every morning for I don't know how many years with a bird that was trying to get into the window. It was a woodpecker. And every morning at clockwork would bang the window.
Trying to wake you up.
Yeah. And now I know what bird brain means. Like, oh my God, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So here we go.
407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lil McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn and grow with one another. Today's teacher is Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz. She's a medical intuitive. This is the person that doctors go to when they can't figure out how to heal a patient. And you too can call her if you want to go directly to Mona Lisa. You can go to drmonalisa.com. Again, she's a medical intuitive, and once in a while, and hopefully every month, or maybe every other month, depending on her schedule, we have 2 volunteers. So if you ever want to be a part of a volunteer, if you want to be a volunteer and have Dr. Mona Lisa read you real quick, scan you real quick, you are welcome to reach the show at lily@whenyounneedafriend.com. So for now, Dr. Mona Lisa only needs to know your name and your age, and watch her do her magic, or listen to her do your magic, depending on if you're watching or if you're listening. So Dr. Mona Lisa, I would like to introduce you to Lupe. Lupe, are you available to speak now?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead. Speak to Dr. Mona Lisa. And once in a while, Dr. Mona Lisa, I'm going to interrupt so I can say what people are listening to, okay? So go ahead.
Lupe,
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm finding you.
Okay. Lupe, how old are you?
I'm 51.
Okay. The first thing that I see is someone in your life who's like a boss, like an emperor. And around this person, you don't have enough of a voice. You don't have enough of a say. You don't have protection around your money or your work. I see that you end up being trapped by this person. This person has all the power in your life. I can't figure out if this person is in a family, but whatever it is, they call the shots, and to get along with them, you have to set aside your needs, sacrifice everything. In many ways, you feel alone, and you don't have a say in your life, because this person tries to control everything, especially money. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Who do you live with?
With my boyfriend.
How long have you lived with him?
We just started. I moved in probably last year.
Who makes more money, you or him?
He does.
Have you had a pattern where you're with people where there's struggles around money and finances?
What do you mean?
In relationships, has it been a problem with you with money and finances in the relationship?
No, because I have my money and he has his money. We don't put it together.
Oh, you never keep it together?
No.
Have you ever had a problem with finances being an issue in a relationship?
I don't think so.
Why do you always keep it separate?
Just because we just moved in, so
No,
he's asked me if I wanted to put it together, but I just haven't done it yet.
He's asked you to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are listening to Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, and she is scanning Lupe to see what the root cause of her illness.
Lupe, you understand that all illness is in part due to diet, genetics, the environment, and so on, right?
Yes.
But every illness has an emotional, intuitive component. And when we have changes in relationships in our life, that our bodies let us know that we have worries or concerns about the relationship and about money. And our second center, that's the area with our lower back, uterus, ovaries, and hormones. And if we lived in a family, mother and a father, where there are struggles about money and security in a relationship, our bodies will let us know that, especially when we get in a relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I look at your head. I look at your neck. I look at your thyroid. I see a mild pressure on the left side of your head. I can't figure out if it's due to estrogen, progesterone, or what that is. I look at your neck, I look at your thyroid, I look at your heart. I look at your left lung, left breast, right breast, esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, colon, and rectal areas. I see a distended feeling underneath your rib cage. I can't figure out if that's high acid, excess bacteria, or what that is. I look at your left kidney, right kidney, bladder, uterus, left ovary, right ovary, and cervix if you still have them. I see a widening of your uterine wall, problems with excess estrogen, deficient progesterone, a feeling of being bloated underneath your belly button. I look at the joints in your hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. I see a change of range of motion in your right hip and lower back. I look at your neck, upper back, lower back, and sacral areas. Once again, I see a narrowing of L4, L5. I see problems with restlessness and irritability with changes in hormones. I wonder if your skin is sensitive to changes in hormones. Can you please tell me your health concerns?
My legs.
Your legs?
Yes.
How long have you had problems with your legs?
They just started, probably maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
What do you mean get started?
I just noticed it.
What kind of symptoms?
Swelling.
Swelling.
Yeah, my legs get swollen, like my ankles. It looks like I have cankles. And then when I went out to work the other day, my leg got so swollen that my knee looked like the double of the size.
One side or both sides?
It started with one, but then one is bigger than the other, but both of them are swelling.
Two things. Number one, changes in estrogen can affect, especially with excess estrogen, can affect how the veins and the fluid leave your legs. So you have to go to a doctor and show them, especially if you have one side, the left side, bigger than the right. Are you following me?
Correct.
If it starts with one side, did it start with the left side being bigger than the right?
Yes.
You have to get that checked. You really have to get that checked. The second thing is it gets worse when a woman has excess estrogen, because sometimes a woman can have sluggish venous flow when she has excess estrogen. What are your hormone cycles like right now?
What do you mean?
Do you still get periods?
Yes.
Are they changing?
Yes, they are. Well, sometimes it's heavier and then sometimes it's lighter. But I used to have it like maybe 21 days, every 21 days. Now it seems like it's a little bit longer.
The changes in estrogen, especially estrogen dominance, can make this worse. But first on your list is go to a doctor and make sure they're checked. But the second thing is if they're fine and your veins are fine, they'll do something called a Doppler. You go to an acupuncturist herbalist and have them treat your liver meridian. But really, in medical intuition, this is second center. And when you have cellular memory about relationships growing up, where there were arguments about money and financial security, it's more likely to come up in your cellular memory and your hormones, in your lower back and your limbs when you're in a new relationship. What was the financial security when you were growing up between your mother and who else was in the house?
My mom and my dad, all my sisters and brothers. I don't know, because back then they never really discussed anything in front of us about money.
You're listening to Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz and Lupe. Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz is scanning Lupe to find out what the root cause of her illness is.
You need to talk to somebody about the stress of moving in with someone new and all the stressors of combining finances and so on. And having the issue at 50 of moving in with someone new and combining money is a very uncomfortable thing for some people, especially if they've had other relationships that have been difficult. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. I've been with him for like 6 years, though. I just decided we just moved in again together.
You just moved in again.
Yeah, because he would stay at my house and then I would go to his house. So it wasn't really living together. Now we're actually living together in one house.
Right. So it's you're a little skittish about the whole thing, in and out, in and out.
Yeah. But lately it's been a lot better than it has been in years.
It's been better.
Yes.
Were there problems in the past?
No, just when you have two different households, you go home when you want to and the other person can go home.
And when he has another household, does he have kids?
They're older. All his kids are older.
But he had a lot of financial issues with those kids.
I believe so.
So pooling your money would be a little concerning because you never know. You don't have kids, do you?
Yes, I have two.
How old are your kids?
My son's 27 and he's out on his own, and I have a daughter that's going to be 10.
Okay, I get it. There you go. So pooling your money would be complicated because you have a 10-year-old, you have a minor child, and all of his are grown.
Correct.
There you go. I get it. Where's her father?
Somewhere else.
And
He's not in the picture.
He doesn't pay child support.
No, he sure doesn't.
Okay, so there you go. That's the financial issues. Little kids, little problems. Big kids, big problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You're a nice lady. This is difficult. This gets revisited at menopause. When we get aggravated during our reproductive years, and when we are stressed about money growing up, this gets revisited at menopause. Our sensor about what bothers us comes out off. The area in our brain, the frontal lobe, has hormone receptors that makes us say, I can handle this. There's no problem at all. But once estrogen goes down, our feelings are big. Our worries are big. But if we say that's not a problem, our bodies let us know through lower back, through hormone problems. Good luck, Lupe. You're a lovely woman.
Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, should she look at having hormonal replacement therapy?
No.
So what can she do to increase? What can she do to change her hormones?
Herbs and acupuncture. If you have all that fluid in your lower extremities, you need to make sure that you don't take hormones. I know somebody recently who took hormone replacement, had swelling in her legs, and she had a clot.
Well, they gave me medicine because they thought I had a clot.
There you go. That's what I was trying to say. I don't want you, that's why I want you to go to an acupuncturist and don't get hormone replacement. The other thing I want you to do is get lymphatic massage. Move all that fluid out of those legs.
Okay, so should I not take this Eliquis that he gave me? And then he gave me water pills.
Okay, hold that thought, Lupe. Let's have this rest of the conversation during the break. I want you to know we're talking to Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, world-renowned Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz. She is scanning 2 volunteers. If you want to be a volunteer in the future, you can email me at lily@whenyounneedafriend.com. The next time she comes on, we will put you on the air whenever the queue, because we've got a queue going. Get yourself on the list. And we're going to continue our conversation with Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz and the next volunteer when we return worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Okay, so here we go.
Hey, are you still there?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
There is a syndrome where if a woman has a slightly abnormal left vein, I'm going to find it right now. You don't find out about the problems about their veins until they have either pregnancy level estrogen or when they get to their 50s. Are you following me?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Their left leg fills up more. That's why I said your estrogen.
Okay.
And then if they have a problem with their back, sometimes it makes it even worse. So one of their legs may fill up for bigger, the left, and then the right one starts.
And that's what happened.
Right. That's why I said it's related to excess estrogen. It gets worse with estrogen, and it starts with pregnancy. That's why I said your problems are hormonal. You cannot get hormone replacement. That's why I said you go to your doctor and you check the lymphatic, the blood flow, your vein flow. And in fact, you did. They put you on Eliquis because they were afraid you had a DVT, a vein clot. So you can't go on hormone replacement because hormone thing that made you more likely to have a clot. Every year or so, we have people who are on the pill, and one of the side effects of the pill is to have a blood clot. It's very, very, very dangerous. But it's a metaphor for things are not moving. Things are stuck in hormones. And so you have to make sure that things move. Chinese medicine, liver meridian herbs, but you also have to do lymphatic flow. You have to have them do lymphatic massage with your legs.
Where do I get those done at? At an acupuncture?
Talk to, first of all, you go to an acupuncturist and herbalist, someone who looks like they came over the boat. They're very still. The second thing is, who knows lymphatic massage. Talk to Lillian about that.
Okay.
Third thing
You know, it's funny. I've talked to her already about lymphatic massages, haven't I, Lupe?
Yes, you have.
Okay, because I took Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz medical intuition course. Go ahead, Dr. Mona Lisa.
it's called May-Thurner syndrome. It's very rare, but that's one type of reason why your blood will fill up in your legs, in your left leg first. May-Thurner syndrome is a disorder where you have an abnormal vein in your left leg, and it causes the vein to fill up first in your left and then your right. But nonetheless, there's other reasons why you may get a clot in your leg. Did you used to be on the pill?
Yes, a long, long time ago.
You can never go on hormone replacement ever, ever, ever again. That includes DHEA, that includes progesterone, testosterone, or estrogen. You have to exercise aerobically every day for a half an hour, and when you're on a plane, you have to wear suppos. But I would talk to someone, a counselor, about the stresses of being in a relationship with a man with money and combining them. And yes, you did have a man who controlled you with money, the father of your daughter.
Oh, would that be the control?
Hello, he wouldn't give you any.
This is true. This is true. Even if he has a court order, doesn't give me any.
Right, he controls you. He has a court order. He won't give you any.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in jail.
Believe me, I wish I could. He got married and he has 2 other kids now. He lives in Phoenix, I think.
Does he have a driver's license?
I don't know at this point.
You go to Phoenix.
He had one.
He can't have. There are some states that remove their driver's license. They can't have a driver's license if they don't do court-ordered child support.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, it doesn't matter. The fact is that struggling with something like that, getting blood out of a stone, has hormonal effects that are worsening in perimenopause. He's controlling you with money. And the fact is, I had to say it 4 times. It's not that, oh my God, Lupe, what's the matter with you? It's not that. You tuck in your body. Do you understand?
Okay.
So cell memory, Dr. Mona Lisa, we have 30 seconds before we come back. I really would like to talk about the cell memory. I know, Lupe, you need to go, or are you going to stick around and listen to Veronica?
I'll listen.
Okay.
I'll listen.
Okay, you
Thanks.
need to mute.
5 seconds so I can get a drink, please.
Oh, you can get the drink because what I'll do is I'll do my intro, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Mona Lisa. She's so cute.
Hey, Lupe, just remember nutrition also. She didn't ask you anything about nutrition, but that plays a key role with the over consumption of estrogen. If you drink a lot of milk, there's a lot of estrogen in your milk. Remember, it's a pregnant cow.
No milk.
No milk? Ever?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't do good for me.
Okay, here we go.
Once again, here's Lillian.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where you can hear us worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. Please mute your mic, Lupe. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, this is a totally different show today. We have Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz in the house. She is a medical intuitive. She is able to trace down to the root cause. And we were able to come down because we had the break. And during the break, if you guys want to watch the video, we were able to figure out the financial connection. We were able to figure out everything. You just can't solve. This is not like a telenovela. It's like everything is solved within an hour. So it's not like that. This is real life. And I am excited that Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz comes on the show to help my volunteers, my listening friends, figure out the root cause of their illness. But if you want to read by Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, you can go to drmonalisa.com, and she is more than happy to spend an hour or so just with you. But today, I want to ask you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com, become a subscriber. And when you become a subscriber, it's a 2-step process. Wait for that email to confirm that you want to be a subscriber. Once you confirm, you will get free gifts sent to you. And also, the show will automatically be sent to you so that you can listen at any time. So please become a subscriber at whenyouneedafriend.com. One last thing that I ask when you're there. No, actually, I've got a couple things I ask when you're there. It's check out my sponsors. When you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, go to my sponsors page, figure out all those wonderful people that are making sure that you get this show right to wherever you want to. Sponsors are very crucial. If it weren't for them, the show wouldn't be on the air. So I ask you to please support them the way they are supporting the show. Go to whenyouneedafriend.com, click on my YouTube button, my social media button, like me, subscribe, go to my podcast, subscribe there. There's so many different ways to be connected. I also want to encourage you that if you have any questions or if you want me to ask Dr. Mona Lisa a question, you can always call at 407-373-5959, or you can text 407-373-5959. Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, it's always a treat to have you on the Lola McDermott Radio Show. Thank you.
This is the vein.
Okay, we're going to zoom into you later on. We'll do it during the break. Okay, so now we have Lupe is gone. Now we have Veronica, who would like to find out the root cause of her illness. So welcome, Veronica, to the Lola McDermott Radio Show. Thank you for volunteering.
Good morning, ladies.
Hi, Veronica. How are you? How old are you?
I am 47.
Oh, spring chicken.
Doesn't feel like it.
Well, it should. The first thing I see is you're a very porous or sensitive person. I see how
Yes.
you've had trauma in your life.
Yes.
That has made you more porous or sensitive. That's the classic syndrome that makes a person hyperintuitive. When they're growing
Yes,
up,
ma'am.
their brain and their body is basking in a sea of cortisol and epinephrine that makes their brain leaky and their body leaky. And that when you're around someone who is in pain, you pick it up. It goes from your right brain to your adrenal gland. Your adrenal gland takes whatever body fat you do have, converts it via progesterone to excess amounts of cortisol, which goes to your pancreas and increases your chance toward having problems with blood sugar and insulin. And then the cortisol increases your chance toward having problems with digestion. So you're the person in the family who's the sensitive one. You're the person who the conflict in the family that people do or do not talk about, that conflict takes a detour into your body and increases your chance toward having body image problems, blood sugar problems, and digestive problems, not to mention autoimmune. And when I look at your family, I see the one, there was chaos and abuse, either physical or emotional or otherwise. And whenever you're in an environment where you watch somebody suffering, you pick up their suffering like you have the intuitive stigmata and you bleed for them. I see someone in your life who's very sick, suffering, and you watch them not be able to succeed. They're suffering, you carry in your body. I can't figure out if they're physically getting very ill and their body is getting very, very, very dilapidated, dissipated, and you watch this and you carry this. Does this make sense?
Oh, too much. Yes, you hit it right on.
Who is that person?
Well, it could be my mom who passed from cancer, and it could be my husband who's the diabetic and stressed out of his mind and falling into pieces. So
how long? It's your thought. What I wanted to say is physically they're falling to pieces. You watched your mother slowly die. I can't say someone's dying. You can't do a reading.
Yeah.
Oh, you're watching someone die. Because if they don't know they're dying, then that's catastrophic reaction. How long ago did your mother die?
Let's see, my daughter's 9 years ago.
How old's your husband?
He is 45.
Is he not paying attention to his health?
Well, of course not. Stubborn as a mule.
Well, Mary Tyler Moore, which I watch reruns every night, you see her? She has child onset diabetes. She takes care of herself. She looks wonderful. It's possible to have diabetes and take care of oneself. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're watching your husband not take care of himself, which means he's slowly doing what?
Killing himself.
That's it. So you're living with someone and you're watching them kill themselves. How easy is that? It's like being in a psych unit and watching a person who's suicidal.
Yeah.
Your problem is the third center. This has to do with self-esteem, responsibility, and of course, ding, 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 the daily double addiction. You're with someone who has problems with addiction and dependency. And of course, you don't know you're lovable unless you're needed. So you would be connected to people who are dependent. So you would be co-dependent. And unfortunately, you don't know how to say, stop this. I can't watch you doing this. The knife in your heart is going in mine too. I will repeat that. The knife you're putting in your heart is going in mine too.
Does that make sense, Veronica?
Very much so. She's right on.
What kind of abuse? The difference between
Sexual.
right. The difference between you and Lupe is only one. It took a while for Lupe to explain that the person controlling her with money was her ex-husband, the father of her child, who wasn't paying her child support. So, of course, being in a relationship with a man and combining money would be a problem because it's scary. Because when she did that with an ex-partner, he took the money and ran. So she can't think about that. All she can do is survive. You can't. Your veneer, your facade got tore away at a very early age with sexual abuse. So therefore, you wear your heart, not on your sleeve, on your heart, on your arm. It's a tattoo. You're very porous. You have absolutely no facade. So you can't cover up your feelings. They're bleeding all over the place. And then when someone near you is bleeding, you bleed for them too. That's the stigmata. You simply cannot be around somebody who is like this. But worse yet, they become your career. It's going to be very hard for you to use all of your gifts, talents, and skills in a vocation because your husband will become yours. He will become your patient. He'll be the one you use your intuitive skills on. Such a waste. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
We got 2 minutes, Dr. Mona Lisa.
Do you understand?
Very clearly.
Who had addiction in your family?
My father. And my ex-husband.
And what addiction does this man have?
Alcohol.
So that's great. Do you know what alcohol isn't just alcohol, it's sugar? In a glucose molecule, there are 4 molecules of sugar. So that's great. Why don't you just mainline sugar into your blood as an alcoholic? That's why Native Americans have diabetes, because many of them have alcoholism. Do you get it?
Yep.
Okay, we have 1 minute left. Unless you want to scan her when we come back from the break, Dr. Mona Lisa.
You have an increased susceptibility to third chakra problems in the middle of your body. Weight problems, digestion, and what they call adrenal fatigue. And over time, that will affect your immune system. You'll get exhausted. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
What are your health problems? What are your health problems?
Oh my gosh. Can I list them all? Digestive issues, heart issues, anxiety issues, thyroid issues, hormonal issues.
How tall are you?
I am 5'3".
How much do you weigh?
I probably weighed about 175 now. I have gained so much weight, I can't even.
Your primary problem is your excess weight. The excess weight, fat, increases estrogen, it messes up your thyroid and all the other hormones.
And we're going to continue our conversation with Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz. This is very interesting. For those of you who are not on watching this, you may want to go back and look at Dr. Mona Lisa. It is amazing when she is in the zone. It's absolutely beautiful to watch as well. So I want to encourage you to watch this video. This is we're going to continue our conversation worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. I felt all of that one, Dr. Mona Lisa. What do you have to say, Veronica? She didn't even ask you what your area of concern was. You just said her name.
I know. You know, I think I'm so easy to pick up.
The area concern thing. I'm tired. I actually forgot.
You what? What did you just say, Dr. Mona Lisa?
I said I forgot to ask them what their area of concern was. I just launched it.
Well, you just did. You just did. She said that she was concerned about digestion, and okay.
And then anxiety and heart and thyroid and my whole body.
I know, but your primary problem is
Digestion and heart. I have AFib and I have digestion issues. I have chronic pain.
your right brain anxiety, when he's suffering, goes to your adrenal gland. Your adrenal gland releases epinephrine, which makes you have arrhythmias. But the adrenal gland releases cortisol, which goes to your pancreas, which makes you gain weight. The weight is what messes up your arteries, which increases your chance toward the arrhythmias. But that cortisol messes up the population of bacteria in your bowel and causes all digestive problems. The primary problem is you're carrying the weight of responsibility for his life. You're not.
Could it also be?
Go ahead. Be very careful.
Could
also be what? The air?
Could it also my children, because they both suffer, they're very highly intuitive like me, and they both suffer from anxiety.
Don't even go there. It's all been lovely up to this point. And now, come down. Don't enlarge the lesion. You already know what the problem is. You do. You do. Rather than think this soup has too much salt, okay? You want to think, well, maybe it's the bananas. They have salt too. You understand?
Yeah.
You don't want me to put my glasses back on. I'm just telling you right now. I know you've always been an anxious thing. You had trauma growing up. That can be, you can go to something called dialectical behavioral therapy. Dialectical behavioral therapy is very good for helping a person handle anxiety after trauma. It's also very good for people who have complex medical problems that are affected by autonomic nervous system and anxiety, like your AFib.
30 seconds. We got 30 seconds.
It's also good for borderline personality disorder, which you don't have, so don't call me or Lillian and scream at us. However, you also need to take DBTS, which will help you deal with the addiction issues with your husband.
Okay.
It's making you, it's actually killing you. He's killing him, and you're killing you. Who's going to die first? That made you anxious. Go to your nearest mental health center and look up DBT.
Yeah. Can we talk a little bit about that? Did you want to scan her on the air and then talk about dialect?
She already told me all of her problems, but her primary problems, I said at the very beginning of the
407
Here we go. Oh, here we go.
Once again, here's Lillian.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is it's Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz is a rock star. I'm telling you. When you are open and you really truly allow yourself to be read, the reading goes flawless. And during the break, if those of you who want to watch this video later on, you can go to whenyouneedafriend.com, click on YouTube, and you'll be able to see and hear the conversations on and off the air. Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz had just finished doing she didn't even start scanning Veronica. But do you feel that you need to scan her at this point, Dr. Mona Lisa?
I said at the beginning of the reading, I said people like her have an increased susceptibility for digestive problems and weight problems.
Okay.
All roads lead to her capacity when she's living with someone who reenacts her childhood. That's going to increase her chance toward having digestive problems and weight problems. And she's 170 pounds, and she has terrible digestive problems. She's overweight. And that's increasing her chance toward AFib and reenacting her panic and anxiety from growing up.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing how we continue the cycle without even knowing, Dr. Mona Lisa?
That's normal. There's nothing abnormal about Veronica. We all do.
No. I didn't say there was anything abnormal. I'm saying that's the common thing to do.
Right, it is. It'd be uncommon if she was with somebody who, I don't know, Mahatma Gandhi. Like, why? How did she do that? That's so abnormal for her to, have that background and be with someone, so evolved. It doesn't happen that way, but that's what keeps therapists in work. But DBT is not a kind of therapy. It's a class.
So let's talk about DBT. And you talked about this during the break, and I want to bring this up. There are people that are listening today that have been abused in different ways as a child. We haven't gotten to it yet, but the cell memory. You said that when somebody experiences trauma as a child, it marks your white cell?
It marks your white cells and it lives in your body. The work of a guy named Mnuchin talks about in every family there is a sensitive one. That's what I was trying to explain to Veronica. That person picks up the tragedy, the trauma, and the conflicts, and they carry them in their body. And these people are more likely to have weight problems, eating disorder, diabetes, and immune system disorders. And they actually, every time the people argued in the family, they measured the cortisol in this kid's body. Everybody else's cortisol was this person's cortisol was way up, and their eating problems, their weight went way out of whack. And so did their digestive problems, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, and so on. And so Dr. Mnuchin said that the conflicts in the family take a detour in this person's body. So Veronica talked about her kids. She talked about her husband. And yeah, she can learn that she can't, the anxiety and the problems in her kid's life, she can't carry in her body. But the major one that's killing himself is the alcoholic husband. She has to learn skills on how to handle that, like, don't we all?
Yes.
So I've taken DBT and I've taught it. And it can teach her how to handle her anxiety and figure out how to appropriately manage living with someone whose life is out of control.
So what is DBT, Dr. Mona Lisa?
Dialectical behavioral therapy is a class. It's based on mindfulness. It teaches you how to name an emotion, respond to it effectively so it doesn't go into your body and live in your cells.
Mm. Does that make sense, Veronica?
Cellular memory.
Yes. Is this like through regular therapy? Is this a special?
Not regular therapy. It's a class.
It's a class?
It's not regular therapy. It's not like you sit and you talk about your mother or your father. In fact, doing that for a long period of time would actually make your body worse. Reenacting or talking about trauma would actually make you worse. It's not. It's a class that teaches you skills on how to name that anxiety when it comes up, or the guilt. It's not just anxiety, it's guilt, and it's anger. Anger is the most weight-ogenic emotion. It puts on weight. How to respond to it effectively so it doesn't go to your adrenal gland and make epinephrine and make you have a arrhythmia like AFib. So it doesn't make it, your feelings go down to your adrenal gland, make you gain weight so that it affects your knees or affects your thyroid or affects all the hormones, every organ in your body. Your environment causes termites that affect every organ in your body. That's why you have symptoms everywhere. Rather than deal with every symptom everywhere in your body, you have to deal with the fact that the singular problem is you're picking up his problem and carrying it in your body. It's termites. You don't count every symptom. It's weight and it's insulin and anxiety.
Okay.
So would tapping work?
Tapping.
Tapping is nonverbal. It doesn't teach you a skill on how to manage him.
Okay.
So
you get what I'm saying? You've been doing tapping. I don't see how tapping can do some stuff with memory, but tapping is not giving you the skill on what to do with him.
Okay.
If I have I'm anxious. I have termites in my house. I can tap till the cows come home. Now what do I do with my termites? Do you understand? I got the termites over there. I'm tapping. Unless I had someone teach me the skill, I'm anxious, I got termites, they're making me have all kinds of rashes. I got to have the skill on how to handle the symptoms and the disorder.
Very good. Very good. So Veronica, I want
Okay.
you to hold on a second because I want to empower all the listeners today, because many people, and you talk about minutia, and there's been many studies that show that the many people who are morbidly obese, 85% of people who are morbidly obese have been sexually violated in one way
I
or
can give
another.
you a very good example of that.
Okay.
Veronica, you know what DBT
Yes.
does? There are termites everywhere. There are people who are difficult to handle everywhere. We all can be very porous or sensitive to abuse. Our lives, our bodies would be like wood to termites. DBT makes you become like stucco, a house that's made out of cement, more impervious to their problems. I know in Florida you have termite problem. Is that correct?
Well, she doesn't live in Florida, but yes, there I can attest to that.
So you want your body made of stucco or cement rather than wood. You're too porous, you're like wood. His problems get in your pores and your body disintegrates. So therefore, DBT makes your system stronger and less porous. Do you get it?
And
Okay.
Veronica, there is, if you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, there is a
Okay.
responsibility page, 100% responsibility page. And so in there, you ask 4 different questions, and it will allow you to take your life back. It's a start to take your life back. I think many of us have given our life away. We let people control, manipulate. And so it's about taking this life back. And regardless of what people are, as an empath myself, you're probably, I used to feel everything. But once you become aware, you start protecting yourself against people like that. You start creating a surrounding of what you want as opposed to what you don't want. So I want to encourage you to hold on and learn a little bit more about how to live a responsible life. And it's not about blaming, shaming, faulting.
It's not blaming.
It's about taking back that your life. And regardless
Okay.
of what's happening around you, you're still going to be you at 100%.
It's about getting a backbone. It's becoming more firm and less. You can be porous and sensitive, but you can also be more assertive. That's the word, assertive.
Yes. Well, and so Dr. Mona Lisa, it's always wonderful. Time just flies. I know we have a little bit more time afterwards to talk, but I just want to thank you for taking the time. You pour everything. Speaking of, you see it, you spot it, you got it, right, Dr. Mona Lisa? You are so porous too. So you know what it's like to take your life back and live the life that you want. So thank you so much, Dr. Mona Lisa, for everything you do. And Veronica and Lupe, thank you so much for being volunteers.
Thank you very much, ladies.
And to you, my listening friend, please remember, take your life back. This is where we take responsibility. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. Okay. So we are off the air now. Anything else that you need to talk about?
No.
My God.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just want to say thank you for your amazing gifts. It's just, we need more people to share our gifts to the world, and it's starting to happen. So I'm very grateful, and I know it was meant for me to be here. So I thank you both.
Veronica, you got
And I will.
Veronica, you got to do that because you could predecease your husband. You know that, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Veronica, you got to do this. You could predecease your husband, and then he'll just get another Chiquita to take care of him.
You hear that, Veronica?
Yes, I know.
You got to do it.
I need to make changes.
Okay, so here's the thing. You just heard a very, very wise woman give you a wake-up call, both of you. Now, the question is, What are you willing to do about it? You know, Dr. Mona Lisa, I know you love music, and I think that you'll know which direction I'm going with this one. You know, we all want to live a good life. We all want what we want, right? And you say, I would do anything for fill in the blank.
Oh my God. You can't.
But I won't do that. What are you willing to do?
That's actually a great one. I didn't think about that one. That's right. That's right. No, that's right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. What are you willing? What are you going to do about it now? Are you going to keep doing what you're doing, expecting a different result? This is the Lily McDermott shakedown now. Okay. You know, it's about, you know, everything you can listen. Right now, both of you are dealing with health issues that could be altered as well with the fork. So it's time to put wonderful, like I'm sure that you would never put sand in your gas tank. Make sure that you feed yourself food that's nutritious, that will allow your body to be able to run smoothly. You would never put sand in your gas tank, would you?
No, of course not.
Well, then what are you putting into your body? So be very protective. Be very protective of what you're doing. It's time to take your life back and stop giving your power away to these people that are just keeping the memory of that white cell alive. Does that make sense, Dr. Mona Lisa?
Absolutely.
Because see, I took her class. And by the way, I took her class. I suggest that the two of you go to this class too. Dr. Mona Lisa, when's your next class, by the way?
My next class is the last week of June, June 25th to July 1st, the 7-day medical teaching training class.
To July 1st?
Yes.
Was it like the last time? Wasn't it around that time last year too?
Let me, no, that was July, Lupe. So, so where is it going to be this time? Is it going to be in Maine or in Florida?
No, it's in Maine.
It's in Maine.
You how to do a reading knowing only someone's name and age. It's a wonderful class. It's 7 days. It's immersive. It's only 50 people in the room. It's a wonderful, wonderful class.
It really is.
It teaches you how to not have your intuition of other people's problems go into your body. It would help you master your intuition, Veronica.
More? I'm so afraid of it. Every time I do readings for people, it's like I absorb everything.
You can't do readings anymore, girl. You're just picking everything up. You've got to learn to stop it. Stop it right at the wrist. I mean, don't let it enter your body, because I feel people too. And I had to stop that because it was hurting me. And so you got to learn the skills before you keep reading. You're just like just wearing a kick me sign. No, you got to stop. You got to stop and learn the right tools before you continue doing readings. And Dr. Mona Lisa's class will give you those tools. Right, Dr. Mona Lisa? I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I felt that you allowed me to see certain things that I was allowing in my life that I became aware of during that week, that allowed me to kind of put an end to many of them.
The issue is being effective in how you are intuitive. Right now, you're like a screen window with a lot of holes in it. You get a lot of intuitive signals, but then they fly right into your body.
Yep.
So
oh boy.
How to be accurate, but also not be sick.
Yeah.
You want to be accurate and also be sick. The thing is that you're sick from your accuracy about your husband, and he's your primary client.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it hard for you to have other clients and be healthy enough to do that. So this class teaches you how to be accurate, but also be effective.
Do you ever consider doing an online class?
Online is not going to be able, I can't teach people swimming online.
No.
Okay.
And the other thing is, I know that you have anxiety and you don't want to be on a plane and you don't want to be away from home. And quite frankly, being away from home, you don't have to come to my class. I don't care where you go, but you need to be away from home.
Yeah.
Really?
The chores of life get you out of that house. I know your anxiety doesn't want to do that, but somebody needs to go there and do an extraction.
You know, Veronica, and another thing I'd like to add is it's really easy to figure other people's problems out. It's really easy to be a problem solver, but really your number one client right now should be you.
Okay.
Seriously.
Sounds real thrilled about that. Do you hear that thrill?
Yeah. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. I would do anything for fill in the blank health, but I won't do that. I know you love that one, Dr. Mona Lisa.
So when I eat my oatmeal in a few minutes, you're going to be thinking about how this is going to be different. Because I guarantee you, he don't want to change. But you're going to want to.
Because when you change, the whole world changes.
Do you know what chakra dementia is? Chakra dementia is an inability to change in all those chakras. Right now you have a problem in every single area in your body. And you wonder what that is? First center, family, immune system, bones, and joints. How is that changing? Is it staying the same? Second center, marriage and money, hormones, lower back. Do you have problems there? Is that changing? Are you being asked to change? Third center, digestion, weight. Are you being asked to change it? Is there some problem there? Is it stuck? Constipation. Fourth center, heart, arrhythmias, breast, excess body fat, lumpiness. Are you a mother? Perennial mother. Are you a breast on the stick? Is that a difficult problem? Fifth center, voice. You keep trying to tell something to someone who will never listen to it. Thyroid, neck, head. Are you allowing yourself to listen and hear and sense diverse things outside of the voice in your own head? And seventh center, what is your purpose in life? Keeping him alive after your mother died? Good luck with that.
And so I'm going to go ahead and close the recording. I'm going to turn off the recording. I want to thank all of you.
I have to have my oatmeal. I need my oatmeal.
I know you need to eat. I know you do. I want to thank you all, ladies, for being a part of the show. And Dr.
Thank you, Mona Lisa.
Absolutely adore you. Thank you. And to you, my viewers, I hope that you tuned up to stay tuned to the end. And thank you for your being a part of the show. And I look forward to our next conversation.